All right, today we're going to talk about a massive leap that every front-end developer can and probably should make. We're going beyond just the UI, beyond the view, and unlocking the entire full stack. Let's dive in. So let's start with a scenario. I'm pretty sure this is going to sound familiar to a lot of you. You've just finished building this absolutely gorgeous, super snappy React component. It's pixel perfect, but you can't ship it. Why not? Because you're blocked. You're just sitting there waiting for the backend team to fix some bug or maybe finish building an endpoint you need. It is so frustrating, right?
And that feeling, well, it gets right to the heart of the issue. Without a working backend, our apps, no matter how slick they look, are really just empty shells. Yeah, they look amazing, but they can't actually do anything. They can't save user data, they can't remember who's logged in, they're hollow.
This is what I like to call the front-end ceiling. Just think about it for a second. Without back-end skills, you can't save any user data permanently. You can't handle real user logins or process payments. You're completely dependent on other teams, and your project grinds to a halt whenever an API is delayed. This ceiling doesn't just limit your projects, it limits you.
But what if I told you that the key to smashing right through that ceiling is something you already have? That the solution is actually way simpler than you think? The key that unlocks the entire backend is the language you already write every single day. Yep, it's all just JavaScript. The piece of magic that makes this all possible is called Node.js, and the most important thing to get about it is what it actually is. Node.js is not a new language, it's just a runtime environment. All that means is it's a program that lets you take the JavaScript you already know and love and run it on a server, totally outside of the browser.
And honestly, this quote says it all. This is the big idea I want you to walk away with. You've already done the hard part. You've learned JavaScript. Now you just need to learn a new playground for that same exact language.
And this is exactly what we mean by zero context switching. Just look at this. On the left, you've got the JavaScript you use in React every day. And on the right, the code you write in Node.js. Array.map, async await, destructuring, even your TypeScript types. They're not just similar, they are identical. You're not learning a whole new syntax. You're just using your existing skills in a new place.
And this leads to some huge practical wins. You can literally share code between your front end and your back end. I mean, imagine writing a date formatting function once and using it everywhere, or reusing the exact same validation logic on the client and the server. And my personal favorite, defining a TypeScript user type once and having it be the source of truth for your entire application. It's so efficient.
Okay, so Node.js is our engine. Now, how do we steer it? How do we handle all the web traffic coming in? For that, we use a tool called Express. And probably the easiest way to think about it is it's kind of like the back-end version of React Router. So, what is Express exactly? It's a really lightweight, flexible web framework that sits on top of Node. Its main job is to be the traffic controller for your backend. It listens for incoming requests, like when your React app needs to fetch some data, and it figures out what to do with them. This slide just lays out the analogy perfectly. You know how in React Router takes a URL path like /dashboard, and its job is to render a React component? Well, Express Router does the exact same kind of thing, but for data. It takes an API request to a path like /API/dashboard, and instead of a component, it sends back a chunk of JSON data. Same concept, just a different output. So really, you can just think of it like this. Express is the essential bridge. It connects your React app, which lives in the browser, to all the data that lives on your server. All right, so we can run JavaScript on the server, and we can route requests. Now for the last big piece of the puzzle. Where do we actually store all this data? And for this, we're going to look at a database that really thinks the same way a React developer does. So traditional databases, think Postgres or MySQL, they think in terms of these really rigid tables and rows. You have to define every single column up front. But then you look at something like MongoDB on the right. Its mental model is totally different. It thinks in documents, which, you guessed it, are basically just JSON objects. It's flexible, and it perfectly matches how we already work with data in JavaScript. This quote just nails why MongoDB is such a natural fit. Think about your React components. What is your state? It's just a big JavaScript object, right? A tree of objects and arrays. Well, MongoDB is designed from the ground up to store data in that exact same format. There's no awkward translation step. Okay, let's follow the data.
It all starts when a user fills out a form in your React app. You grab that info and hold it in your component state as a simple JavaScript object, looking just like this. Then your app sends that object over to your backend, and look what your Express server receives, the exact same JSON object. Nothing changed, no transformation. It arrives just the way you sent it. And finally, Express just passes that object straight along to MongoDB, which saves it directly into the database. The data structure stays perfectly consistent, all the way from the user's browser, through your server, and right into storage. It's just a seamless pipeline. So what's the big deal here? The key benefit is that you get to skip all the complex data transformation layers that you often need with traditional SQL databases. The whole process is just faster, it's way simpler, and it feels so much more intuitive for a front-end developer. So let's put it all together now. When you combine these technologies, React, Node, Express, and MongoDB, you fundamentally change what you can do. You're not just a front-end specialist anymore, you are becoming a full-cycle engineer, someone who can build an entire feature from start to finish. This is the whole workflow in 3 simple steps. 1. The client, your React app, captures data from the user. 2. The server, your Express app, receives that data, maybe validates it, and gets it ready. 3. The database, MongoDB, saves that data so you can use it later. You now own and understand that entire journey. And this is a really profound shift in your role. When you can manage the entire life cycle of data, your job completely changes. You move beyond just painting pixels and making things look good. You are now designing and building complete functional systems. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. What's next for you? Do you want to keep painting pixels, stuck over that front-end ceiling? Or are you ready to start architecting entire systems? The tools are right there, they're more accessible than ever, and best of all, they all speak a language you already know.